Welcome to the EPG Pathshala. I am Dr. Rahul Sharma and I will be presenting before you the 12th module titled Market Targeting under the paper Tourism and Hospitality Marketing. After completing this module, you will be able to understand the meaning of market targeting, explain about how to evaluate market segments, and explain the different market targeting options. Introduction. Using the concept of marketing segmentation, a company can reveal its market segment opportunities. Any business needs to assess the multiple segments before narrowing down to decide upon how many segments to serve or target. So, the question in light is to understand what is a target market. In simple terms, a target market comprises of those group of customers which any business has decided to serve, or that specific set of customers towards whom marketing efforts would be made by the company. A properly demarketed target market is the starting component of any marketing strategy. A company would select one or more segments to serve comprising of the customers whose needs or desires most closely match with the products or service offerings made by the company. Targeting helps in concentrating the business efforts on those to whom it would matter. Market targeting offers the key to attract new customers and bringing in an increase in sales and helps make businesses sustainable. In case of market targeting, as the focus is on some select customers, so it helps in making customer promotions more concentrated and specific, pricing more precise, and distribution of products or services more cost effective. For example, think of a catering business where a caterer offers services directly to the client's place, that is home. If this caterer would do promotions using pamphlets in newspapers, then it would be reaching almost every house where newspaper is read. That is, even those people who would not be interested in consuming his catering service. If this catering business owner would segment its market and would select a few segments to cater, then he could reach his target market using a direct mail campaign, or he can select a particular area in the city to serve only. This would be more cost effective. In short, we can say that market targeting helps in bringing a concentrated focus on some specific segments that are deemed profitable to serve by a business. In the subsequent sections of this chapter, we would look at how companies evaluate and select target markets. Let us start with the discussion about how to evaluate market segments. While assessing different market segments, a company needs to ensure three important factors. Number one, size of the segment and its growth potential. For a firm, one of the most important things is to select a segment which is having good sales potential. It becomes a must for any firm to foremost gather and analyze information on present sales growth rate in the different segments and also the probable profitability ideas for all in focus segments. In terms of a simple logic, A firm should go for a segment which is having the appropriate size and growth characteristics, but one needs to be clear that appropriate size and growth is all relative substance. There would be companies that would be interested in targeting segments having large sales in the present and a strong growth rate with high profit margins. The point to ponder is that the largest segment with fastest of the growth cannot be at all times be of utmost attractiveness to every company. A small company normally would lack the necessary skills and resource capabilities that are generally required to cater to a large segment. The largest of the segments with fastest of the growth rate would also attract a lot many competing firms, making the segment unattractive for a small firm. A firm may be more interested in a segment or segments which are relatively small but are potentially more profitable. Number 2, structured attractiveness of segment. A segment might be unattractive to a firm when it is having the desired size and a strong growth potential but not have been able to offer lucrative revenues. A firm needs to inspect multiple chief structural factors that would impact upon the long run attractiveness of the segment. One factor could be of a segment carrying a large number of strong and hostile competitors. The presence of multiple potential or actual substitute services or products might also limit the desired prices to be charged by the firm and may ultimately hit the desired profits also. One of the example comprises of the supermarket chains entering into takeaway meal market. This entry by supermarkets has definitely made an impact on the fast food restaurant market. Other than the relative power of different buyers in the segment, too influences the attractiveness of the segment. If the conditions are so, in some segments buyers possesses strong bargaining power and sellers are relatively on the lower side of bargaining power scale, then buyers would be able to force down the prices or can demand better quality services at not so attractive prices to the providing firm, or can make things more tough by setting competitors against one another. Large buyers like that of some airlines with its hub in New Delhi, which would require 100 rooms for a day for flight crew members, would definitely be able to negotiate on low prices. It is not always true that a segment with strong power of the buyers becomes unattractive to the service providers. Things could be other way around also. That is, a segment may not be attractive due to strong suppliers. For example, if there are strong suppliers in a segment with the capability to affect product or service prices, or suppliers are so powerful that they can reduce the quality of ordered goods and services, things would become unattractive for a firm. Suppliers would tend to be influential when they firstly are large and secondly when concentrated in near proximities to each other. Thirdly, when substitutes are not there or only few not so easily available substitutes are there, and lastly, when the supplied products serve as an important input for the buying customers. In certain areas like city of Jalandhar in Punjab, restaurants specializing in authentic ethnic Punjabi food and experience are limited to a few suppliers only. Number 3, objectives of the company and its resources. Each firm needs to be a firm in matching its available resources with corporate objectives relative to the segments being considered. A firm can reject some attractive segments in terms of its size and growth potential based on the fact that segment is not meshing with the company's long-term goals. The reason for not serving an otherwise attractive segment could be that serving some segments can lead to diversion in firm's focus and energies away from its primary goal. A segment could also be left by a company unserved if it offers a poor choice in terms of political or social responsibility or environmental lookout. For example, a hospitality company in Mumbai, India, owned a number of mid-scale fast food restaurants at multiple locations across central and south India. In Goa, this company also owned its only one fresh seafood restaurant. This company decided to shut down this fresh seafood restaurant as it was not matching up with the company's profile. The future plans of the company were going in a different strategic direction and were focused more on their high-end restaurants. The fresh seafood restaurant did not fit well in the company's future plans. If a segment fits the company's objectives, it must then decide whether it possesses the skills and resources to succeed in that segment. A simple rule of thumb is that if a company lacks strengths that are required to compete successfully in a segment and also do not find any chances to obtain such strengths in immediate future, then it should not enter the segment being considered. A firm should always enter those segments where it has or can gain sustainable advantages over the competition. Now, let us discuss about how to select a market segments. After evaluation of the multiple segments, the company needs to decide about which and how many segments to serve. The segments which would be selected to be served and will be served would comprise of target market. A target market consists of buyers sharing common needs and characteristics that the company decides to serve. There are multiple market coverage strategies. A company would be required to select one amongst the three different types of market coverage strategies to target the market. These market coverage strategies are undifferentiated marketing, differentiated marketing, and concentrated marketing. In case of undifferentiated marketing strategy, a firm overlooks market segmentation variances and would select the entire or complete market and would consider it as one to make the product or service offerings. The focus of undifferentiated marketing strategy is to identify the needs that are common to consumers rather than searching for the differences amongst them. The marketing plan in case of undifferentiated marketing strategy is framed considering in mind that the product or service should reach the largest number of buyers. For a firm using this strategy, mass distribution and mass advertising serves as the basic tools to help generate a superior image of product or brand of the firm in consumers' mind. Strategy of undifferentiated marketing offers economies of cost to a firm. If the number of product lines are less, with a firm, then this strategy would support in reducing the cost of inventory as well as transportation costs. A company can also hold down its advertising costs by following the undifferentiated advertising program. As segmentation is neglected in this type of strategy, so marketing research costs are also held down, and moreover product development costs that are incurred on modifying the products as per the needs of consumers in different segments is also excluded. A cafeteria owner was found to believe in this type of market targeting as she felt it fits her business model. But when she carefully observed the customer mix visiting her cafeteria, she found an uneven number of middle aged, young, and older customers. Most of the customers visiting her cafeteria were young, and logically, she should concentrate on young customers. Most of the modern marketers have exhibited a strong doubt about the undifferentiated marketing strategy in the present competitive business settings. In the present times, with informed consumers, it is practically impossible to develop a service or product that would gratify all or even most of the customers. Moreover, this strategy is very difficult to follow if a large number of firms would target the largest of the segments, then unavoidable results would be substantial competition. This is why small sized firms usually find it unbearable to compete against big firms and generally are forced to target only market niche. Large sized segments also become less visible for marketers because of associated high marketing costs and profitability of price cuts due to competition. In case of a differentiated marketing strategy, a firm would target multiple market segments, and for each of the targeted segment, a specific marketing mix are designed to match the need of the audience. Accor Hotels, a France-based company, is managing different types of hotels for different set of customers like international luxury hotels under the brand of Sofitel, two-star hotels under the brand name of Ibis, and extended stay hotels which are targeted at the elderly under the brand name of Hotelia. There is different offerings for each of the set of customers with common needs and wants by Accor. In differentiated marketing strategy, each targeted segment comprises of a different product, price, placement and promotional program matching the need of the respective segment. For example, a firm that produces health drinks or growth supplements can identify market segments based upon gender. This firm can produce one health drink or growth supplement formulation for women and another formulation for men. Going a step deeper, it can even distinguish these segments based on gender groups consisting of different life stages and can weave diverse marketing mixes around each of the segments. The markets which comprises of readily recognizable subgroups or segments are best suited for differentiated marketing, having different marketing mix based on distinctive needs of the segment audience. In short, In differentiated marketing approach, which is also called as multi-segment marketing approach, a firm tries to appeal to two or more than two precisely defined homogeneous subgroups or market segments having a unique product or service with tailored marketing mix for each segment. Differentiated marketing characteristically produces more sales in comparison to undifferentiated marketing. Accor chain of hotels with different types of hotels targeting at different types of customers in a single city would have high market share than if it only had one type of hotel in the city. Accor Hotels is offering a different set of marketing mix to each respective target market segments. Maintaining a firm's presence in different segments with different brands at the same time is a costly task in which a company like Accor Hotels would be required to create different marketing plans, conduct marketing research, and perform demand or sales forecasting and analysis with segment specific advertising plans for each target segment. Differentiated marketing strategy can help a company achieve different objectives like sales maximization, being recognized as a specialist, or diversification. A third type of market coverage strategy is concentrated marketing strategy, in which a company goes for a small share of customers in a large market. Concentrated marketing strategy is the one that appeals especially to companies which are having limited resources or are not able to compete with big sharks in larger segments. The idea in concentrated marketing strategy is to go for a small portion of a large market rather than pursuing a large portion of one or multiple small markets. One of the examples of concentrated marketing can be of Rosewood Hotels and Resorts, London, which focuses on the high priced hotel room market. The benefit of going for concentrated market is that a firm can attain a robust market position in the segments which they serve, and the primary reason for the same is that firms' concentrated efforts on a small market leads to an extensive knowledge about the segment. There are many operative economies that a firm can enjoy by using concentrated marketing strategy, because if a firm chooses its segments well, then it would be able to earn a higher rate of return on its investments. So, in the end, one can see that concentrated marketing strategy for a product or service is developed, offered, and marketed to a precisely distinct and specific segment of some consumer population. Now, let us move to the next section of selecting a market coverage strategy. A firm is required to evaluate multiple factors in selecting a market coverage strategy. One of the factors to consider is the firm's resources. When the resources are scarce with the firm, the strategy that makes the most sense is concentrated marketing strategy. Other factor is the level of product consistency with the company. If this is the case with the firm, then undifferentiated marketing makes for the most suitable option. In case of products that differ in design, such as hotels or any kind of restaurants, the most suited strategy would be concentration or differentiation. In making a selection of any type of market coverage strategy, the life cycle stage of the product is a must to be considered. When a company would launch or introduce a new product, it is highly practical to unveil only a single version of it. In this scenario, undifferentiated or concentrated marketing would best serve the purpose. We can consider the example of McDonald's. When McDonald's got started, the menu option was limited to a very few selections in comparison to its present menu offerings. As the product would reach in the maturity stage of its product life cycle in a market, differentiated marketing becomes highly suited. One of the other factors is market similarity. If buyers have similar tastes and also their purchases are in similar proportions and also respond to marketing efforts in a similar fashion, then undifferentiated marketing is more feasible. Strategy of the competitor also plays an important role in selecting a market coverage strategy. The logic is to understand that when competition is making use of segmentation, then selection of undifferentiated marketing strategy can be fatal. On the other hand, if competitors are using undifferentiated marketing, then it makes the maximum logic to attain benefit by using differentiated or concentrated marketing. In the end, let us summarize the complete discussion. A target market comprises of those group of customers which any business has decided to serve. Market targeting helps in bringing a concentrated focus on some specific segments that are deemed profitable to serve by a business. As market targeting is all about selecting few segments out of all possible segments to serve by the company, so while assessing different market segments, a company needs to ensure about the size of the segment and its growth potential, structured attractiveness of the segment, and objectives of the company and its resources. A company would be required to select one amongst the three different types of market coverage strategies to target the market. The market coverage strategy options with any firm are of undifferentiated marketing, differentiated marketing, and concentrated marketing. In case of undifferentiated marketing strategy, a firm overlooks market segmentation variances and would select the entire or complete market and would consider it as one to make the product or service offerings. In differentiated marketing approach, a firm tries to appeal to two or more than two precisely defined homogeneous subgroups or market segments having a unique product or service and tailored marketing mix for each segment. In concentrated marketing strategy, a product or service is developed, offered and marketed to a precisely distinct and specific segment of some consumer population. Thank you.